In this video, we're going to look at using personal lists in ProRealTime. For example, say you like the popular instruments list shown here, but you want to customize it a bit. You can click here to add an instrument to this list. Doing this will actually create a copy of this list, which you can use as your own personal list and customize it. So, for example, let's add to this list Apple. I click here to add the instrument, and we now see that we are actually on a personal list called Popular Instruments 1. Let's further customize this list. If there's an instrument you want to remove, say for example this one, you can right click on it, choose Delete from List, and then the name of our list here. You can also add an instrument to a personal list from a chart. For example, if I right-click on this chart and I choose Add to List, I can then choose my list Popular Instruments 1 here. You can also drag and drop instruments from any list in the platform into one of your personal lists. For example, let's display a Pro Screener here. And if I want to add one of these instruments, I can simply grab it and drag and drop it into my personal list. You can also manage your lists from the Set List window. To open that, click on the wrench here. And for example, we could rename this list that we've just created, and we could call that, for example, My Instruments. Using this window, you can also easily delete multiple instruments from your list. For example, just check a bunch of different instruments here that you decide you want to delete, and click Delete Securities from List. You can also use this window to copy one or multiple instruments to a different personal list. For example, we could select Apple here and choose Copy Selected Securities to, and then select My Stocks. Apple is then added to this list here. You can also add instruments to your personal list from this window using the Quick Addition function here, which is the same as the one we saw earlier in the list window, or using the Search Securities button here to open up the advanced search. Another useful feature of personal lists is the ability to sort lists in a custom order. To do that, we can add the number column here, and then within the Set Lists window, we can choose our personal list. So here it's just My Stocks, and then we choose the instrument that we want to move up or down. Let's say we always want Intel to be at the top. Select only Intel, and then we click the arrow keys here to move it up to the top. If you've selected multiple instruments, these arrows will be unavailable, so make sure you're just selecting one. And then we can see here that as long as the number column is displayed and we've sorted by that column, Intel is displayed at the top, and if we move it down, it will also be moved down in the custom order displayed here.